Hello. Oh no. Oh no. Is this the annual game?
What?
Right.
No.
Are we
We're
doing
back.
Amway season 2?
Yes, we are. No, don't drag me! We're back! We're back!
I can't believe it. We're so back.
The sun.
We're so back. Yes. Anyway,
I
welcome
went somewhere and it was cold for a bit.
welcome to Kingdom Hearts. We kicked those guys out.
Did anyone feel weird for a second? That's that was strange.
I felt
Anyone seem weird, depressed, and white for a minute?
I don't know.
I
Things
felt
didn't change
more
for me.
repressed somehow.
I felt no change.
No. It's like anyone feel weird, depressed, and white for a second, and then it's just like fucking Hibiku's just like, well, not white, and that's all the time.
That's all the time.
Guys, hello.
Hello.
How is everybody doing today?
Doing all right.
Absolutely marvelous.
You guys ready to figure out some stuff today? You guys ready to tell me which direction you're going so I know what to prepare for you guys at any given time?
I
Hold
love multiple choice.
So, let me check my pants. Yep, I'm wearing... Oh, wait, I don't have pants yet. I've been waiting for my pants.
Well, who knows? Maybe you'll get them today.
I hope so.
Getting pants?
Maybe you'll get them today. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
I paid for those pants.
Nice told you to do that.
You did pay for those pants. That is very true. That's very true. But yes, with things going down, with things going on, we are jumping back into things today. Currently, the big thing that went down last time is you guys were able to figure out a lot of different areas that you potentially could go. This is around the time I would like to remind everybody.
Uh-oh.
I do not intend for you to do everything. There is not a single bone in my body that is saying for each of you to do literally everything on the map. That being said,
But...
that being
But
said,
what was the point of getting all those Koroks in Breath of the Wild?
I'm just telling you, it is not required of you guys to do everything.
But what if we want to?
If you want to, that's fine.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. There's no extra content. Wink, wink.
Wink,
I see
wink.
what you're putting down.
Wink, nudge, wink, slides $50.
What I'm saying is that whenever we get into this, whenever we get back into the thing, you guys have basically all of the agency to do whichever you want. You guys will be needing certain things to get into certain areas, certain places. So once those things are done, essentially you guys can move on at any point at that level, right? So what I'm telling you right now, if you do want to do everything, go for it. If you want to do a speed run, go for it. But we will do whatever it is you guys want to do. We are in disc 2. This is the open world part of the game.
What was the thing before?
The thing before was how do we get an airship?
Yeah, and we did it.
This is like Final Fantasy. Where
Admittedly, we spent very little of that actively going, okay,
Yes.
how do we get an airship?
Yes,
we
you
spent
did.
a lot of that
to
solving
be
other
fair,
problems.
to be fair, this is like, I think it was Final Fantasy 6, where at first you're like, oh, don't need an airship. Then you get one. It's like, holy shit, the map is open.
Welcome to every Final Fantasy.
Welcome to every good RPG having you make your way through the map very slowly and then giving you the way to traverse the map quickly, like near like the 2/3 mark. if I ever fucking play another game, another fucking RPG that lets me fast travel, like immediately, I'm gonna strangle somebody.
Oh, the fast. Like, I like fast travel, but like, I want to start out slow.
Yeah, it's such a good way to show progression is to give
Like-
the thing later.
Legit in Breath of the Wild, I actually started a big portion of the game just horseback riding, like not using the warps.
Yeah.
Later in the game, I did give up on that, but that should be later in the game where you give up on that, not the beginning.
I liked Ocarina where you had to go to the place, learn the song, and then you could go to it. Like you still had to make your way there, you know? And like it wasn't just a I showed up and there we go. It was like a way to get there. Also, dogs, stop it. Anyway. But yeah.
And you couldn't get the most useful warp song until you watch Sheik get their fucking ass kicked.
Either way,
I'm not gonna go on the tangent.
either way, we're gonna get you guys into the room. You guys now have the ability to go to just about anywhere on the map. You may take note, there are places, as I mentioned last time, where you guys cannot go. They are very strategically made areas. Once you guys get into that last little bits of the map, we will see what goes down in those areas. But at this point, the reason I bring this up is because my last Kingdom Hearts game, which this game is based on, lasted a long ass fucking time. And I kept telling them, you don't have to do everything.
Right.
You don't have to do everything. But they wanted to do everything, and it was very much by the end of it, they were all just like, God, we're finally done. You know, I don't want that to be how we do.
I feel like,
and that is not their fault. Yeah, that is not their fault. That was me throwing too many things in front of them, and me not being as good of a DM to like tie everything together neatly in a bow. So even if you guys do everything here, I'm sure it's going to work out. But I'm just letting you guys know, if you guys don't want to, or if you guys are feeling like you want to get things through, you do not have to do everything. You never have to return to that city again.
I mean, there's a bunch of starving people in there.
They'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
How is the best way to solve the starving people issue than to save the world?
You know what?
I don't know.
I guess
maybe find at least 2 Big Macs to give them. I don't know.
That being said,
or
that
we
is
could
a
go
very
the extra mile and find a McRib.
that being said, there are some very fun things there if you guys ever want to go there. So
The world is our oyster, and boy, am I itching for a pearl.
but yes, who wants to tell me what happened last game?
Yeah, let's get to it. Last time. What did you have it? Was it in your heart?
Just the acceptance always gets me.
They know better.
Brokenness.
They know better. They know I have the dice.
I've been broken like a horse.
Look, I'll even roll it. I'll even roll the dice. We haven't
cool.
we haven't rolled this dice in disc 2 yet.
Yeah, let me.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my god, is that free? Holy, anyway, last time in Cherished. The team prepares to take an airship. Notably, when they go in there and start checking out the whole thing and get everything to work out, they get to see the big gem, the big engine that makes everything happen. It's can you move it? Can you move the map down?
1 second, let me lock it.
Yeah. You
Oh, it's already locked.
You
Okay.
could. Okay, up. All right, you could go 1 level down. You know them jumping. They're having fun. Yippee!
Yippee!
Look at Jiren giving a good old squeeze over there.
Look at Jiren over there, just fucking throwing it back.
The dude's twerking and everything. Let's go.
He's throwing it back for the world.
I've been watching some Valo gameplay. And I just see how fast some of them can twerk with their characters. It's very funny.
The twerker. Anyway, here's the gem. Here's a big gem. According to Gilgamesh, it's kind of like the Luckrama, but it's not. This is basically like a big old nerve ending out of one mage. This was one dude, and it was passed down through generation. It's one to her, and this is a pretty powerful one. But notably, you don't see it here. There's a chunk missing.
Little chunk, little tiny.
Little chunk. It's a little chunk. It's just the size of Gilgamesh body. A small, small, tiny chunk. And because of that chunk, it's been kind of sucking some sort of, that right over there. That's what it would be if they had one. It was taken when this area was like first open. Whoever walked in, he just had to rip the chunk and just brought it back to the castle where all the good things happen. And so that's been kind of acting weird about it. But with the power of the generator that was taken, it's working. It's working pretty fine. In that time, Muna has a terrible realization that potentially one of the people in that castle is someone from her world, and someone who would have to be like authority, or someone who have a lot of followers, because you need clout. It's the clout spell. You can only buy more followers if you already have a lot of followers.
Can't believe somebody was botting.
Yeah, someone was botting. One of the botters in what are you drawing?
Maybe just continue.
What are you doing?
What's happening? What's going on with you?
What are you doing? Is that a rat?
Not yet. Continue while I create.
Okay, shit. All right. Why would I know anything? Anyway, after we note that and we mentioned that, well, we can't really walk. We can't just storm directly into that weird mini manor that's here, because again, there's got like this big spell that stops, like when you go in there, you fall into their authority. So we need to at some point find a way to not get gotten by that.
Yeah, apparently if you go in there, they can just tell you don't have air anymore, and that's sad.
Yeah, they can just be like, I deprive you of air, and then you just die, and that's bad. I don't know if you know that. Time and time again, rich people in this game are not the most upstanding people.
What? I'm sure there's been some rich people that's worked out, right? Right?
So far, we're 2 for 2 on no.
That's so weird.
We had to kill the last one.
That's so weird. Maybe we should eat them.
I think he turned into a heart and then flew away, so we didn't have time to eat his body.
Maybe we should ask the police for help.
We should ask the police for help. Yeah, of course. What do you think, Antifa? Our friends, Antifa?
What do you think? What do you think? The Ranger Knights? Do you guys want to help us out? You guys have the most people, right? None of you fell to the darkness, right? That's really strong of you and great of you, and definitely not suspicious of you.
Yeah, you guys. It's so cool that you guys are the police and aren't being corrupted or damaged by anything regarding the hot list. That's weird. I'm sure it's because of your strong and noble hearts. Anyway, don't worry about the strong and noble hearts of that. We talk a little bit about some of the things that we have to go. We did promise we're going to go check what's happening over on the water side of the map. Apparently something called like a messenger, which is one of the things that was in the southern area, was coming over to send the message, and then it went right back down. And that's apparently not normal. So we know that that's definitely a spot that we need to look into, because we know that they were moving forward and something seemed to stop them. And we don't know exactly what, but it's happening around that area. And we do have an airship. That's pretty cool. So we, of course, get to explore the new beautiful open world in like levels of 2 to 3 hour trips. Gumesh also seems to be throwing up for some reason. I think it's something to do with Fairy Tail. He feels very sick and he doesn't like it.
Or Gilgamesh. He's sick, you see.
Sick, you see. Notably, one of the areas that we kind of pinned down for something to search for things is over here in the terminal town. I don't know if you see it. It's over here. It's got the glass. It's got the stuff. That's pretty awesome. We decided to go check this area out to see kind of like, all right, what's been happening over here? Apparently, it's been quiet as fuck. Nothing's happening, which is weird because you'd assume that if people survived, we would know, and if people didn't, we would know.
And this is the terminal town down here.
Oh, I'm dumb. That's that one.
Yeah. That's just the gummy station up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one. Too many towns. I don't.
No, I get it.
So you just go over here and you go past the water taking town and past the Red Desert and past Elf Israel, and then you get to Terminal Town. All right, got it. All right, we're good.
Elf Israel. I love that. Sorry.
Anyway, the team crosses over on the way over. They are contacted, or rather, Zarel picks up his WhatsApp number and happens to contact one of the Four Winds, aka the God of the Sea, aka the leader of the southern area. They're sisters, you see. They've got something weird going on.
They're connected in some weird way, yeah.
They're connected in some weird cosmic way.
But now you know the name of them as well.
Yeah, Cognazo.
Yeah.
When Arkans first said it, I didn't understand that's what it was actually named. I thought he was just saying something, and I didn't. Had to watch it again and be like, oh, like the final. Oh, okay, all right, I got it. And
Wait.
Basically, what?
What's up, Lily?
Final Fantasy.
Weirdly enough, the four winds seem to be named after something weird. This is crazy.
Final Fantasy. I'm listening.
My favorite part about it is that I know the reference and I want to slap Deco about it.
There's Cognazo, there's Rubicante, there's
Cogniazzo.
Barbarcia, there's Scarmelone.
Just know that Barbarcia likes women.
Yeah.
Well, again, these are our own things, but who knows? Maybe I kept that in. I definitely probably kept that in.
What matters the most is that
it doesn't
fucking
matter
Final
at all,
Fantasy-
though. But it doesn't matter at all, though, because Barbarcia is currently being god-eaten. So
Yeah, she's indisposed. It's fine.
I'm being eaten and it sucks.
because they decided to attack you on a mountain.
Like it.
Because they decided to attack you on a mountain that one time, and you guys decided to fall into the God Eaters area.
Yeah. My favorite thing, like, so someone made a fan animation song of the four Archfiends battle music. That on Newgrounds and shit. That same dude is now one of the music composers in 14, and he remade that song for the Endwalker post match. It was the sickest shit in the world. I love it. That was my favorite post match in any of 14 because I love that game so much.
I definitely don't have a similar song on the playlist for this campaign. Why would I have that?
I did draw a rat and like a cereal that just spilt everywhere.
But yes, continue, Fomo. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Anyway, Cognazo basically says, so he lost my WhatsApp number for Scarmelione. If you can tell him that the Southern Wind needs released, SOS, Rome has fallen, Captain. That'd be good.
When it comes to Cognazo and Scarmelone, I never remember exactly how to say their names.
Me neither.
I can tell you right now.
Tell me right now.
It's Cogniazzo.
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 Oh, Cogniazzo.
Cogniazzo.
Okay.
It's
Like,
Rubicante,
Cogniazzo.
Barbariccia. Yeah. Barbariccia and Scarmiglione.
I think I'm gonna not take the other two that you said. I think I'm gonna go with
like Italian.
I think I'm gonna go with
Italian.
I think I'm gonna go with Rubicante.
Italian
I think I'm gonna go with Rubicante and Barbariccia for the other two.
Whatever. It's just you say
Now
every
you say
fucking
it's Italian. I get it. I'm down.
With Scarmiglione, you say every fucking vowel.
Okay, so it is Scarmiglione.
Yeah, it is
Okay,
Scarmiglione.
okay. So I do say it correct. I said it correctly
Yep.
last game, and I said it incorrectly this game. Got it.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Good. And
You're
it's
welcome.
it's Cognazzo.
Yeah, it's Cognazzo.
Okay. I'm gonna keep Barbara Shia. I like that one better.
All right. Whatever.
What do the Italians know about their language?
Well, you couldn't tell that.
help
I'm sorry,
me.
did you not tell that Rubicante was Italian? Look at his design.
Oh, I know. I knew they were Italian the entire time. I am also part Italian. That being said, I was never raised with any sort of thing like Anthony probably was. So
It happens.
yeah.
One day you'll discover your bloodline's true power.
Dude, I used to freaking I talked about this whenever we were playing the Devil May Cry game, because I was playing Niccolo in that one, and I was trying my hardest to like get back into any kind of anything. But like whenever I was very young, my grandfather on my dad's side was very much a very heavy like accent Italian man. And whenever I was like 4 or 5-ish, I would be talking to him in Italian. But whenever he passed away, whenever I was like 5, 6, all of that left. Anyway.
Yeah, that's sad. But yeah,
Does that mean Anthony's gonna put Dico on an Italian training arc?
No, but that
No.
does mean that every time I see an Italian thing in TikTok or anything, I always send it to Anthony.
it's very
Yeah,
funny.
of course.
Are you talking about that one TikTok creator?
Yes.
Yeah, that one lady. She's so funny.
Help! The Fafale is stealing us.
Anyway,
The
I think
Fafale
Okay,
is
speed run.
the Fafale is
Let me move
stealing
this.
our shoes.
uh-huh.
All right. Suit up. All right.
Suit up.
Anyway, we get the note. We go, damn, that's fucked up. We go over to the terminal down. We look around. We're like, okay, so we understand why everything's so fucking quiet. It's all covered by spider.
Yep. The entire
The
area
spider-
is covered in spider webs.
The spider person that we talked before seems to have saved this place, at least in theory, we believe, because we can't think of anything fucking else that did this. From having this place have everyone consumed by Heartless, so that's that major W right there. That's dope. That's how you know it's spider webs.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of little dogs trying to eat all the webs. They're having fun. The dog's world back there, but they're going very slowly because the webs are hard to eat. It's like cotton candy. Then we go, okay, this is fucked up, but we have to first decide how we're gonna do things and what we're gonna do next. So the team goes all the way back to the area where they came from, back to our beautiful home to first of all find crew, because this place needs crew, and anyone who's willing to do manual labor for no money is a great job right now. And also we need to figure out what we're gonna do next, and that's where we ended up. We're here now.
Yeah.
Italians can go back.
Motherfucking-
Mamma mia!
Here, join our club. What's your club? The Mafia.
Philadelphia.
I think that's one of my all-time like
It's
misses.
so funny.
I think it's one of my all-time misses whenever I was playing Niccolo, is I didn't do the enough.
I don't.
I just
you don't really
mostly,
catch it until it's pointed out to you, because it's like I could do that a lot of that. It's like fuck.
I just mostly did something like this whenever I was playing Niccolo the entire time, and it was very fun.
Accents can be very fun.
Was having the fun.
Yeah, no. I have fucking family that has such thick accents.
My
On my mom's
I'm
side, they
gonna-
were way more recent than
My-
I was in
my
America.
all-time.
Anthony, Dico, I'm gonna give you guys a horror story for a second.
Oh god,
Oh no,
My mother split the pasta.
that's fine.
it's not that big a deal.
It's I get so
You know,
annoyed.
you just- listen,
you
I'm-
have an audience.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah,
if you just want, yeah, look, it's not my fault that she wants shitty pasta she can't twirl on a fork right. That's her own problem.
Yeah, so
it's-
honestly, it's like if you break pasta, who gives a fuck? Like one of the big things that people talk about is like oh, you shouldn't break the pasta because you can't do whatever. It's like, but then you also hear them going like, yeah, but you do also have to take a little bit of care with the other side. Make sure you remember which side was broke or which side was out of the water for too long. It's like, who cares? Like,
it all boils the same rate.
Get a bigger fucking pot is what I'm telling you.
Yeah. Or don't just cook it a little longer. It's not that big a deal, dude. Jesus Christ. It's fucking pasta.
But yes, when it comes down to things, you guys had returned to the library. You guys are currently trying to figure out exactly which direction you all want to go. There are many different things pulling you in many different directions. You guys can try to focus in on returning the box to the spider lady. You guys can focus in on going in, messing with the underground area or talking with the peace takers. You guys can try to figure out more about the shine that happened over top of the mountains. You guys can try to figure out a better way to get up to the top of the other areas, because at least one person that makes it over there pretty regularly in Scythius. Or you guys can try to see if there's anything else that is possibly something you can do. With all that being said, all of you will be flying in, whoop, back. You would be landing right outside of the library in your large airship. Lots of people will be pointing up to you guys. They will be trying to figure out exactly what's going down from everybody showing themselves. And as you guys would land just outside the courtyard and walk your way back in, I'd like to know, where are we dropping, boys?
Where are we dropping, boys? hang on. You're on the map, right? Where are we dropping, boys? We can go down any route here.
Yeah, you guys have to drop in the circle. You can't.
All right, fuck off. First of all, if I want to crash this fucking boat directly into something, I'm gonna do it, goddamn you. But that's neither here nor there.
At the moment, the only people who would be going in with you are yourselves. The others, you guys have told to Nilly that they will be taking care of the ship with you guys. So currently, the fishmen that you guys have brought in, as well as Jiren, will be taking care of the ship. If any of you guys need them, they will be there. You guys know where to find them. They did say that they would need several more people. According to them, they would need about 4 more people to adequately run the ship. Whenever you guys are on there, that's fine, but they would rather have full-time 4 more people on there. Also, hi, Wolfie.
People.
Shit.
We should find people easily. I mean, we'll be.
Is it just anyone who can move a hand, or do we need anyone like?
Are you
capable of doing it?
Are you asking Nilly?
Oh, it makes sense.
Okay, we'll put you guys back on the ship over here.
We climb back up. We had a question.
At the moment, it's just someone that would be needed for the regular everyday tasks. I would need someone to go down and check on the ship's core for me while I'm standing up here. We would need somebody to make sure that they knew how to re-rope any of the sails if needed. We would need somebody to make sure that they could take over navigation for me if I ever need to go away. And we would also hopefully make sure to have some kind of a shipwright or someone who can potentially help in repairs. That being said, just about anybody can do. We would just need to find someone who I can show how to do those things.
Oh, it's going to be so hard to find people that are going to be. We're going to be like, hey, who wants to fly? I mean, this is a
going to a
wonderful
magic
project.
person, very exciting.
For the most part, I would love to ask if all of you would be able to do it for me. but I do know that all of you are also going to be going on and about and doing your other things, so you don't have the time to devote to this 100%. So I would need someone who can basically be on the ship for as much as we need, at least until everything's settled here.
Well, let's look around. We have people at the lighthouse, probably some stir-crazy ones, so
Most likely. And
I'd
Ragnar's
say we just go ask. Just give me a list of what needs to be done with them, and I'll try to make flying seem magical.
Just to reiterate, we need somebody who can potentially do repairs. We need somebody who can potentially take over for me in flying. We need somebody who can quickly make their way up and down the ship to be able to do the go between here and the core for me and check it every now and then, and maybe mess with the machinery down there. And finally, we need somebody who could be able to re-rope and unknot things on top of the ship, able to aid in unfurling and furling the sails.
And got it. All right. If you guys don't mind, I feel I want to do this socializing right now because the only other thing in my mind is not something I want to think about.
I understand you are looking. That's fine, Mona. You can talk to as many people as you like. Don't murder anyone yet, please.
I just really don't want to think of him.
I feel like
disgusting little cockroach making their
like
way
you're
to
thinking
my
on
it.
world.
I feel like the more you talk about it, the more you think on it.
Think about something
Which is
pleasant.
why
You
shut
seem
the
to be really
flying.
enjoying the idea of the flying experience. You know, that maybe you can keep thinking about that.
Oh, imagine a world without magic that can't fly. Can you imagine that?
Yoimish just looked at Hibiki.
Hey, we had planes.
We have planes, dude.
Is it like
By the way,
is it like an airship?
I had to go and look because I remembered them that Jadubu said that whoever had the least amount of karma cards, that's who they wanted to give a karma card to. So that would be Hibiki. Hibiki now has an extra karma card.
Vicky just for you.
Yay! Gambling!
Oh, speaking of which, if you ever want to get some Go coins on the quick, you can give me karma cards for them.
Oh my god.
Here's a coin.
Everything is for gambling now. The world is healing.
Just like how you can give me karma cards for 4 goddess tokens. If you want to give me a karma card, I'll give you an amount of tokens, maybe like 8. Like 8 Go coins. That might be fun.
Also, the hot honey's pretty good.
Yes.
Why are you saying
God
so
damn it.
angrily? We told you it was good.
I'm glad you like
Admitting
it.
they
What if I
were wrong.
want to be a hipster? I never get to be the hipster. I'm like, oh, I like One Piece. Maybe I could
I'm
be in
such a
the
hipster. I hate the sun. I don't like to hear it when the birds sing. I hate seeing rainbows.
Well, I do hate the sun.
Why do you hate good things? I know you're white. Let's get back to the game.
So, like, I'm pretty sure that's being a contrarian, not a hipster.
No, it's around the same. There's a fine line. You can
Just like
you can
between
toe the line. You
naivety
can
and
toe it.
hopefulness.
You can tow it.
So, Muna says that they would like to go and try to find somebody to take their mind off of things. Again, you guys are looking for 4 people, so you guys could each go and try to find somebody if you'd like. If you
Hell
have
yeah.
any people in mind currently to go and check on while you're here. Just as a note, there are all of the people that are at the thing. There are also the people who are over at the bar for Ragna.
Yeah, we can get him out of the bar.
Yeah, you guys can just go
There's
get go get Seath.
I mean,
Yes,
what the,
see,
that's a
it's your dime.
that's a fucking hell of a guard dog.
He's a good boy.
Or you can get a sauce here. Tell your friends.
Hey, what's a better way to advertise than on the move?
Maybe we can get every man's on there and just curse this ship forever.
Yeah, if you could ever find him.
Yeah, he just kind of just
He did
disappeared.
seem one like we guess we could ask the other brothers at some point. You know, might be important.
You could ask the other ones. Yeah,
I refuse.
There's
to
definitely other
believe-
ones, definitely. It's
You
not
could-
just one man.
you could ask the other
I
ones who
ref-
exist.
I refuse to believe any of all but one exists
What are you
until I
talking
see
about?
more than one.
You've seen them. You've seen them.
All at
He's
once.
in my head. He's in my head.
Yeah. But,
Strange.
so, Birdiemaps doesn't really
make a list.
have an idea of who to talk to, but for the ship, he does have someone to talk to now.
Okay.
But not about the ship, so. He's not a good socializer. Anyway.
I mean, if we're trying to list people, well, wasn't there someone in this area who was kind of like from the person that we met back at the tree area? Not the one over there, but the one with the angry tree, or from like a futuristic place. Maybe they know how to do repairs.
Maybe.
I would ask Grave, but I believe that they like being near the ground. They were also just born, so I don't know.
Well, should be easy to teach then, right?
Either way, you guys would be mostly getting off of the ship by now, trying to think on these things, correct?
Very true to love the ground.
The moment he touches the ground, Gomez is just, that feels weirdly better.
You know what? Let's put you guys here. I'm sure there will be no consequences if we did that.
Do not.
I am afraid of that.
Hey. No, yes.
No. This is dive the heart all over again.
There you guys go. We'll just keep you right there for a bit.
We can't direct click on anything.
I don't know if that was a good idea. We might need to not have them there. I feel like that's dangerous.
All right. Don't be a pussy, but all right.
I am pussy.
All right, I'm watered up and ready to go.
So Muna, you said that you potentially had someone in mind to go and speak to?
You could say someone. Are we at the lighthouse right now?
Yep, you guys are just outside the courtyard at this point. You guys just got down from the ship. You guys can make your way anywhere within the area together if you guys would like to find anyone who you believe would be good to take back to the ship.
All right. I'm going to try a more modern approach to this, excuse me. She goes up to the doors, slams them open. Come one, come all, those that are stir crazy, those that wish to conquer the heavens.
Those who wish to do a lot of manual labor on a ship, very big.
I'm getting to that, Zarel.
Really have to be a video event. That's an important part to notice.
I believe so, yes, but I want to get their adrenaline. Anyway.
Why are we yelling?
Muna,
Attention.
you find whenever you made your way into the gated area and you start calling out, the only people you see within earshot are Hilson, who is guarding the gate, Buya, who is currently looking at some kind of a material in their hand, sitting on top of their favorite hay pile, and potentially the people over in the grave.
Where is everyone?
Doing something, probably.
Most people would probably be at the bar.
The entire area here is mostly used at this point. A lot of people go around looking for anything that they can potentially sell to each other or get services for each other. You most likely can find anybody if you went off and looking for them, but they're about everywhere. I'm not having you. I'm not having you mass ask anybody. You need 4 people, and you need 4 people, and potentially more than 4 people might come to you.
I'm just doing what Muna's doing.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Everyone's already employed. Everyone.
A lot of people are trying their best to.
They're just going. They're moving around.
A lot of people are trying their best to be useful around the area. Right now, the best I can do with everything going on is stay here and watch over the gate with Prescott. But
He goes around and patrols everywhere.
So you all needed at the gate. Booyah, what are you up to these days?
Booyah just looks over like, oh, hey guys, what's going on?
It's not gonna sit on the
I
ship.
haven't noticed. We have the magic of flight on our side.
Oh,
And if you would like to venture
you guys learned how
the
to do
heavens-
this?
Are you?
He pretty much just narrows his eyes and folds his arms.
He puts a hand like underneath her, just kind of shakes it a little.
You guys see Booyah just seems to somewhat do like a bit of a jump and then sort of a glide in the air, but they don't touch the ground.
It's just like gliding really slowly. That's impressive.
I guess you already filled the dream of flight.
Are you moving very slowly?
Kind of. I could basically sustain this this height for as long as I need. If I want to get higher, I'd have to jump.
Well, we have a ship. And
In certain
just-
scenarios, I can use this to jump around and get a lot more height. The furthest I've ever gone up is around maybe 600, 700 feet.
600. That's a lot of feet.
And so it required a lot of jumping.
That's why wings are superior.
Trying
But-
to imagine
That
in my head
in
how
the-
many feet that would be, and I'm kind of running out of numbers around 30.
I believe on the
Can
I believe
you-
on the world that I did that on. I was in low orbit at that point.
Well, yes, but
oh, wow. That's
what
big
if
off.
you?
It was a
What
small
if you
world.
were on?
Therefore, I bet it was cold.
What if you
Oh,
were?
wow, you're
on
still
a-
going. Whoa.
What if you were
Eyes
on a ship?
Can I just grab Booyah and pull her down? I face her towards Muna.
Oh, sorry.
Talk.
We have a ship, and I lost the gusto. Here's the list of things that need to be done. Anything appeal to you?
Oh, I don't know if I can devote all of my time to being on a ship. I've been going around and trying to defeat the Heartless wherever I can.
That's all
That's
you.
what we're going to do, but yeah, I guess if you were on the ship, you'd also be temporary like us. Thank you for your consideration.
Sorry, I've also never really been I've also never really done ship work. I was on a world once that had basically very little land and a lot of sea.
Okay, be honest with me. Did I not have a theater presence when I came in? Is it me? Am I
Oh.
not presenting the
No,
magic of flying?
You did wonderfully. The flying is awesome.
You sure? Yeah, and you think a common person would dream of flying and would want to do these things? And
It's
I thought there'd be
actually
more.
it's actually because of you guys that I'm even able to do this.
I'm glad.
Really?
I'm glad.
Whenever everything went down, whenever everything happened in the beginning, whenever I lost my master, I guess I sort of lost the joy of flight. It's something that my master taught me whenever we were going about things. We did it for necessity, yes, but we also did it for, I guess, thrill. He's really into the idea of adrenaline, and he's really into the idea of having used that kind of thing to our advantage and excitement. But I was finding it very hard to become excited or any kind of happy for a while. But I've got back a lot of my abilities since the last time we fought that dark side up in the north. So it's because of
I'm
you
glad
guys
to
I've been able to
hear.
get my excitement back, as well as everything that went down over at the Soda Light place. Whenever all of you stopped me from going crazy, but you didn't really, it made me feel better about it. The fact that someone else knew about it.
It's beautiful that the world still has magic that is based around joy and adrenaline like this. It's good to know There's a sparkle in your eye.
He
The
told
thing
me
there are
it's,
worlds that
he told me it's about excitement. He told me it's about, I guess, thrill. And I get it. It's something that it's relatively easy to learn and hard to master.
You want to know a secret between us?
Hmm?
So when it comes to Hades,
We like close our ears, or
you're part of this.
oh, it's an us. All right, continue.
Should I close my ears?
You're fine. No one So with Hades, in our world, they were more of an earth magic focus. Fire was just a byproduct. I mastered fire because fire to me was far more exciting, far more passionate, and I thought this was a bad thing for me at first, and then it became more, as I got more comfortable, more excited, I became closer to Hades than most people that did earth magic, and earth was considered closer to Hades. And now he has fire magic here, so suck it, other ones.
to think that there are worlds out there that don't understand that one's emotions can trigger changes in their magics. As easy as breathing. To don't understand how people don't know.
Oh, it's not that they don't know, it's they don't want that to be true. Like my father, No, I'm not talking about that.
Speaking of emotional changes in magic, I don't know how best to say this. I feel like I saw my master.
What?
Really?
Really? Just,
What?
that's a good question.
I believe it was yesterday. Well, at least a part of him. I was actually going to be on my way to go and check on that after I talked with all of you today. Whenever I saw it, that's whenever I realized I could do this again. I got as high as I could whenever I saw what I did, and I couldn't
Well,
see anything after a while.
Ignore the list for a moment. If you want, we could, at some point, maybe check around for your master.
It seems like it's around where I thought it was before, but maybe he landed a little bit differently, or maybe something else went down, but
We can help.
I might take you up on
Well,
that.
you don't have to know the rope tying, but it would help, I guess.
The thing that I'm thinking of, before anything, is that if that really was them, then that means they're good. And I don't have to rush. I don't have to go now. I have to do my duties more than anything. And right now my duties are taking down Heartless and making sure all of you can also do that.
Right, don't have to do it right now. I get you, voice in the sky, wink wink.
No, I'm
Who are
more
you talking
saying,
to?
I'm more saying, if you do want to help me, that's great. But if you are wanting to get yourself stronger, or you are all wanting to do something similar, I could teach you.
We were thinking
They then
of
rise up
training.
into the air once again.
I'm not sure how
You're good.
easily you'll get it, but I could teach you how to jump. I could teach you how to glide.
I would love that, actually.
There was something I wish to speak with you about.
Hmm?
He just cast shade on everybody.
Oh!
Yep.
A spreading darkness goes around the area. As
Hey,
as this happens, One thing you will notice, Gilgamesh, is that on their side, all of you looking over toward where Booyah is, you guys see a pair of glowing yellow eyes from them.
Hmm.
They seem to be completely unhindered by the darkness you just spread around.
He just drops it.
Very much in the same vein of potentially this, only without the smiling.
Just a glowing yellow eye, yeah. All right.
Gilgamesh never do
I
that again.
think flying's a bit more better. That is really cool.
That's really interesting. You've learned tier 2 magic already.
I also used it to terrorize a town, thinking that they were heartless invading. We had to do this to escape with the airship.
Well,
I wanted to bring up that I feel like that is a technique I can never do again. I think the Heartless might have gotten out if I didn't have full control.
That's very concerning, Gilgamesh.
Indeed.
no.
Hmm?
You can't be afraid of it.
I'm not saying I was afraid of it.
You can't be worried that it'll go out of control. You guys told me the same, and so did my master. Like what Muna said earlier, they got excited whenever they learned fire magic. That was the same with me with my darkness. None of the other Keyblade wielders, none of them would train me. I've already told you guys this before, but the only one who would was my master. And whenever he trained me, he told me to take my strengths and always use them. And I flew out of control sometimes. I still do, because what you guys saw. But it's a strength that I used, and you can't not use it. You just used it there. You seem very adept.
I did not try anything fancy with it. But you're right.
That wasn't fancy. I thought you were showing off. That was good.
I was not.
Have all of you achieved tier
show
2
off.
magics?
Technically, yes.
No.
I will let
The
you all know,
potential's there.
technically every one of you guys have Cure, which is a tier 2 magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yes we do. We got
I
yours.
just imagine Hibiki like, you're right. I shouldn't fear it. Lavos.
Ultima!
Such devastation. Okay.
I still don't even know what it fucking does.
If all of you are casting tier 2 magics already, would you like to learn more?
Of course.
There is a type of magic I'm very much wanting to learn. I don't understand the tiering system of magic yet, the way you describe it. In my world, there was simply magic.
The tiering system works, I guess, to mostly as Keyblade wielders. There are certain magics that work universally on every world. And those are the magics we're taught to use. And I guess because you guys are connected with me, or just the fact that this world seems to also have that same sort of idea, it's coming easier to you. If we do go and get whatever that was I saw of my master, then we might be able to connect it with Michel. My master was a master of those types of magics. Tier 2 and tier 3 spells came easily to him.
Interesting.
We might not be able to learn the, well, extremely powerful ones. The ones that he would use to crazy results. But tier 3 magic might be within your grasp if you understand the basics of tier 2. If we find what I'm looking for, I'm sure that we can figure out more things with all of you.
Would having a Keyblade aid in this learning of tier 3 magic?
A Keyblade is a great tool.
They summon theirs.
I'm still hesitant about trying to do anything with this one with any of you, but it is a great tool that is both physically and magically adept. It is, I guess you would call it, a universal, well, source of magic. Some even say that it's the greatest weapon of the entirety of the known worlds. But my master considered it more like a... He considered it more like a vessel of which to channel any of your dreams through. If you wish to be great at magic, then the Keyblade would help you get great at magic. If you wish to be a great warrior and fight and defeat powerful opponents, it would help you. If you wish to defend your friends, it would help you. The power of the shield, the wand, and the sword.
Fine. I wish to learn more magics, and I wish to use the airship selfishly. My Keyblade is in the Fey Garden to the east. I wish to go get that then.
You want me to move? That was always in our list, I believe. We could always bump it up or bump it down a notch. If it would help you, Gilgamesh, you know that we're always there for you.
You feel a Keyblade drawing you that way.
I know for a fact it's there.
Hopefully it isn't just because of my proximity with all of you, but I will say, I feel it from each of you. I feel that you have potential for it. I don't ever want to risk having you touch mine, but if you find Keyblades of your own, I'm sure each of you could use them. She looks back to Zarel whenever you bring that up, yeah.
Speaking of Keyblades, I don't know if you've heard of this, but we'd heard it recently and we were wondering, have you ever heard of a golden Keyblade in the realm of darkness?
Yes, actually. I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yeah. Well, occasionally. In the beginning, whenever I would have my problems, I would essentially find myself looking into that realm. My master would have to basically bring me back with his power over dreams.
Well, about that, we heard recently that it's there. I mean, I suppose you know that because you've seen it, but
I asked him about it. He said that it was something that I couldn't go and obtain.
is it not able to be grabbed? I mean, it's here from when we heard it was very powerful. It just kind of brought the person they were with out of their state, as it were.
Apparently it is a powerful source of light in the realm of darkness. Whenever you would find it, you would be able to traverse the realms of darkness safely without learning any of the dark magics to bring you there and back. Other than that, it seems to be a normal Keyblade, but it's choosy.
Choosy.
It's pickier than what they seem to be, from what we understand.
For example, despite me seeing it, I never felt that I could go and get it. My master was the same way. He said that he ventured into the realm of darkness many times to try to collect it, but it was something that always evaded his grasp.
So it's one that chooses who wields it. I mean, I suppose they all do, from what I understand, but more so.
It's one that I guess has a slight more presence than most of the Keyblades I've seen. Even then, it might not even stick with you. It might just be used for a task and then disappear. But once you've obtained a Keyblade, it's very easy to find another one, usually. I would say that Keyblade, if it did help someone, or it did call out to any of you, you would probably only be able to use it the once before it would disperse and return back to the realm of darkness. But at that point, you would awaken that inside yourself. You would potentially be able to find another of your own, or even bring one out from your heart.
Is that where they come from?
We don't know. They're connected with the realms. My master's is similar to that one. My master found his deep within the realm of dream. Or I guess the realm of sleep. There should be one like that in the realm of light as well, but it's most likely the hardest one to find.
I would suppose so, from what that sounds. At least makes the task simple enough for you, Gilgamesh. We know where yours is. Oh, the position where it is a little tricky, if I believe.
If you're looking for a Keyblade, I can try to be of help.
I am not certain if we should find your master before or after that. Or
My master, from what I've seen, my master was not calling for me to return. If my master was in true danger, he would have called to me. From what I saw of them, from what I saw of that rainbow light of his, there's no way that he was calling to me. I'll take that as a take my time.
Understood.
Very strange wording of that.
That is a weird wording, yeah.
Yeah.
Very strange wording of how they described a certain thing there.
I don't know what a rainbow is. Get out of my house.
He just looks at everyone. Should we check with Ragnar first, or?
Oh, it's just finding people who we think they could do it, right? How about we split here and see what we can get? Or if not, we can go with Ragnar. We can ask there too. Everyone should be there, right?
I know of a couple people who might want to work on a ship.
Oh yeah?
Oh, we could take suggestions.
Well,
They motion back over toward the shop area.
the father or the son there might want to go.
Macho or Bosco?
I was thinking of them.
They've been, I guess, not at each other or anything, but the both of them have been, I guess, just restless. They don't need two people to do the jobs that they do here. They cut everything in half, and whenever they do, neither of them feel like they are contributing enough. I feel like the both of them, one of them would be wonderful to make their way off and away from this place. They said that whenever they worked together before, they usually only had one of them manning the shop at any time. So now it's almost like too many hands in the same kitchen, you know?
That makes sense.
At that point, that's a pretty good, but you just have to choose who we would want to grab at that point.
If it's an airship, the father would have more experience, but the son would have that youthful vigor.
Mm-hmm.
Says the girl with absolutely no understanding of old and young, with as young as they are.
just looks at Boya, just turns. I think Bosco is the right decision.
He would be very adamant. If the offer was on the table, he would be adamant about it over his father.
Macho is bold, but skilled. I am not certain but his specialty is gummy logs. So, what was the name of that red hair, silvery white clothes?
Oh,
Exposed abdomen.
you mean Suku?
That's the
That
one.
one.
She's been around. She's been interesting to talk with. If not a little bit aggressive.
Aggressive.
Has she been doing anything?
Not like fighting or anything. She's not been trying to fight anyone. She's been a little forward with things.
A strong personality, then.
Yeah, you could say that.
A strong
already clocked
personality. Is that good to have?
Boy
on a
is just
ship?
sort of like, I don't want to talk about that in front of you guys.
She been hitting on me like crazy.
Like,
She been saying
so
some
used-
shit that we got us banned by PBS.
So used to everybody on this world fucking treating her like shit other than you guys, and then this other person comes up like, ayo.
Hey, slicks hair back. Let me enter if you're your heart, if you know what I mean.
Hey yo.
Yo.
Exactly, typical novice. Pride Month. Look at the heart
Yeah,
above. Look at the
lucky
heart above
you,
our
B.
heads.
Pride Month.
I think we're fine. So they're probably around. There might be over at the ramen place. It's become pretty popular with everybody.
Well, it's good to know that everyone's been able to hang out there and all.
I mean, it's not often you get a meal like that anywhere else these days.
He's had to hire some people helping him.
That's good. Though at some point he is probably gonna run out of stock, isn't he?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, it seems to be relatively well stocked. I go there, I
Interesting.
have my few bowls of everything 3 times a day.
You wonder where it's all coming from.
It's coming from him.
Well, I know it's coming from him. I'm more wondering. You know, you have to get those. You have to get the supplies.
He keeps bringing them out of these tiny little things. I've never been to a world like his, but anytime the sake is low, or anytime the food is low, he just sort of throws out another like big shelf of those things. Out of those itty bitty little containers. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a way to carry
Ramu
things
nods,
around.
understanding completely.
Ramu's like, fuck yeah, dude. Don't you know Pokeballs? Damn.
Finally, something I
La la
understand.
la, I know nothing. La la la. Woo, woo, woo.
I admit it is an impressive toy, but I can't pretend to understand it. Its convenience is inarguable.
I've never been to a world quite like it. From what he said, there are some potentially very powerful people in his part of the universe.
I'd like to meet them if they still exist.
They seem to have some thoughts of dragons and some thoughts of something over on their place. Oh, Gilgamesh! He wanted me to tell you something, actually. He said that he found something from his world that he wanted to talk to you about.
Really?
I think that he was still a little skeptical about you calling yourself a dragon. But once I started vouching for you, he seemed to really bring something up about some kind of thing that he felt in the ocean.
Ocean.
I assume it's either on one of the islands out there or potentially deep down in the water.
Fine. An excursion to Ragnar's anyway was probably a good idea.
We can get a bunch of birds with one stone, a very large stone, actually.
But here, I'm still wondering, that being we took from Cocklecot, the awake, heartless show creature, yes. No, they just
But always
seem to do. And giving something a purpose usually is beneficial, I think. My brother just sent people out to do things all the time when they are lost and hopeless, as he put it.
You do make a good point.
They did not always come back. They're at least in one piece.
You could always take him somewhere.
That's definitely an option. And do we have anyone else in mind?
Well, there's only one other person that hangs around this place. I don't know anything about them.
Sorry, I had to laugh.
Oh, by the way,
That was
hold
okay.
on. I'm actually wrong about that right now. I gotta find something very quickly. Where are you at? Are you over here? No. Are you over here? Yes. There you go.
New patch just landed. Jordan is gone. Nike is in.
But aside from those two, I can't think there's anyone else that's even here still. So.
At that point, we just have to head back to Ragnus, right? And see who happens to be there. If we catch Moscow, was it along the way? We can inform him. And at that point, we have more than a full crew, right? Just 4 people, and we have at least 2 or 3 in mind.
Sounds good.
You guys want to make your way somewhere else?
Yeah, let's go to the bar / training facility / ramen stand.
It's an
I'll go-
active place.
I'll go with you.
Let's go to the bar.
I'll probably be waiting at the bar if you guys ever need to train anyway.
It's a nice meeting spot and also a very good training spot.
I think that if you guys ever did want to learn how to jump higher or ever learn how to glide, it'd be wonderful to do that. So I'll be there waiting.
I need a drink. I wonder if this world has an equivalent to a Jackie Daniels. That was a good drink.
A Jackie Daniels.
Why is that a constant?
You also,
You
know
also
this
had the
has to be, right?
beverage of the woman captain of the SS Bedtime.
Sure, champ, sure.
You say that somewhere someone else just calls out, "Oh, you have a Jackie Wells?" "No, the Jackie Daniels." "Oh, okay."
Fuck.
You guys would make your way
Same drink.
over toward the area with Ragna. Currently, by the way, Ragna apparently has gotten people to work for them. You would find that behind the counter over with Ragna, there is also a Rosa, who
That
seems
makes
to
sense.
have been
good for her.
seems to have taken the entirety of the bar from Ragna. Ragna no longer has to worry about taking care of the customers.
Look at that. Rose has found a new something to
That's
kill
what she was
time.
made for, to man the bar.
That being
There I say
said,
to man the bar. We run the world, girls.
that being said, there would be
more people over at there at the moment. Currently, this place is basically where you guys would go to meet up with anybody you would like to find. As long as they're not in mortal peril, I would assume that they would be somewhere nearby or around. So if we look over at our good list of people who would be available at this area, obviously we need to throw in our axolotl boy. No,
He's also chilling here. It's good ass ramen.
some good ass fucking ramen. But no, other than the people that are here at the moment, you would also find these two who would be around. Bloop.
Oh, hey.
I was wondering. Hey guys, we found your dad. Bad news.
Bad news, he's a
there-
fuckwit.
Is there another making sure going over everybody? Yes, found her. Do.
Hey,
All right.
It's some good ass ramen, dude. The only reason she would be here in a room full of fucking people is some
You see
good
that
ass
you see that
fucking
they are
ramen.
you see that they are in what could be the best area of a corner that doesn't have a heartless in it.
We should probably move that dogs.
I love that we just have these two guys here, and everyone's just so chill about it.
Oh, speaking
This
of
is
speaking of
Win-Win.
nobody, he is currently taking ramen bowls to people.
He's wiggling. He's wiggling
He's-
on purpose.
I'm so fucking floored that this thing is still even here. All right, cool.
Nobody
So-
is helping. Nobody is heckin' taking ramen to people
Oh,
and
Jesus.
doing things.
Ignore the line.
It's fine. We'll ad hoc it.
Ad hoc
Just
it.
looks.
He's
Just
got
look around.
and get like a
Refilling-
small.
He's refilling people's sake and bringing them bowls of ramen.
Oh yeah, dude's
Oh.
got a little bowl. He's sticking his hands on it. Don't ask why he's doing that.
Okay. I'm just sitting here. And Philip just looks around. This barn's just.
You see, looking over at where Siphius and at where Whisper are, they seem to just be staring at each other, like sipping drinks. One of them glaring at the other, one of them just sort of like looking away, and then you immediately understand why this is the table that Maki would go to, as it is the quietest table in the room.
I think they're understanding
Ooh.
each other.
Philip just looks at those two and is just like, okay, they're having a conversation.
Yeah, they're totally they're talking without talking.
You see, what we don't see is that they are currently projecting their current attacks at each other, and they're countering, and they're very upset that they are.
Oh,
Oh, look at his
my
little bow tie!
fucking god!
Look at his
He's got a
little bow tie
little
and top
hat
hat.
and bow. Are we humanize this nobody? Holy shit! All right,
Hey,
cool.
apparently when nobody's freaking do their best, like they might get their form, man. Maybe
They
this
get a
is
little hat.
maybe this
You-
is maybe he'll get his form back, you know.
I can't wait to see his form with all of this here. His human form is just Bill Cipher. That's the plot twist. That's the plot twist of the game. Anyway,
But yes, at this point, I would
everyone,
probably...
so many people he wants to converse with are all here at once, and it's like, choose Spider-Man.
I'd probably say moving people off and around, doing stuff like this.
He's
probably.
deciding where they
Yeah.
sit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Punch is here still.
Oh yeah, they're usually wherever the PET is. So,
Yeah.
so that they're most likely either at the library, or you guys grab the PET at some point.
I have it in my
Yeah.
pants.
Okay,
Perfect.
So Punch is always
your
with you.
couch.
Look at Punch.
She's always with. She's here with us in our hearts.
You guys go, hey Punch, do you want to work on a ship? I don't have hands. As much as that goes against what I am.
When when you say it
Please-
like that, it's weird, but I do understand your point.
Please ignore my hands. It's not that kind of hands.
I don't have your hands. I have my own hands, but my hands are equal rights and equal lefts, but only for things that I can hit.
And Beats doesn't
I
even have
understand
it.
now.
And Beats only has
hit the
feet.
ship.
And Beats only
you
has
mean
feet,
in a
yes.
sexual way.
All right.
You find that Booyah will come out of here and they will immediately go behind bar to speak to Ragna. The two of them look as if they start talking, and Booyah is potentially maybe setting up more training things going on. Ragna just seems to be talking rather excitedly. He looks as if he is a lot more vocal now that he doesn't have to take care of the bar and socialize.
Oh.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go chat and just. I need to forget stuff. I'm getting super emotional lately. I'm gonna have a drink.
I'm gonna sit at the bar and get some
Is the
sake.
seat taken?
Oh no, go
Just
ahead.
gonna drink.
You look over as
Hello.
Suzuru just looks to you. They look down at their bowl. They look back to you.
Take a seat.
If you don't want me here, I just thought it'd be nice to catch up.
No, believe me, that's as many words as I've been able to get out of her.
I'm flattered.
She's having a good time. Don't worry about her.
Just a tiny little smile.
What are you having? That looks nice, what you're having.
Well, they only have two things here. They have ramen and sake. So
Well,
of
I
course,
think
I'm
I'll
having a
have
ramen
one.
bowl, but I poured a whole bunch of sake in it. It isn't good.
Excuse me.
It's like it
I
isn't good.
was
They
like-
take a big like fucking mouthful of noodles.
Hold on. Excuse me. I would like a ramen and sake. I'll find out for myself. I'm not going to just take an opinion blindly.
Of course,
Maybe we have
Muna.
different tastes.
Welcome.
You know what? That is true, Muna. I'm sorry to interrupt. Let me know, everybody.
Rosa waves
Hello.
over at you.
Oh my god, she's moving. She's moving so fast.
Muna, you're back.
Oh, you're working here now.
Yeah, I'm mostly just collecting everything for everyone and trying to do the best that I can. And it turns out that Mr. Ragna here doesn't have many social skills.
Oh.
So this is
I
the
could
perfect
see
job for
that
me.
here. Ah, it's unfortunate. I had a job offer, but now you're brightening the moods of people. I cannot take that from you.
Oh, they're definitely brightening the moods for everyone here, right? Yeah. Bosco just sort of like fidgeting around at his sake.
I love the
Bosco,
sake.
The others wanted to talk to you about something. Why don't you step out with them?
All of us were. Why are you at the same time?
I mean, yeah.
Do you want to talk here or outside?
I hear it's fine. It's not
Okay,
believable.
Bosco,
Yeah, I didn't-
sit
I
there.
didn't
The
wanna-
others are going to
I
sit
didn't
by
want to leave
you.
anyway.
Good.
Sorry for walking to table menacingly block you.
Can't believe she asked to sit with us and then she left. What the heck?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I'm trying to
Sure,
catch up with so
of
many
course
people at
you
once.
will.
I want the ramen and the sake. Meet with us over there, okay? I made a promise.
Hang on,
Sorry,
hang on.
I'm working.
You came back to the table, but there were already more clones sitting there, taking up the seats.
Oh no.
Oh no!
So many Artemis clones.
Some were even twerk.
Some were
I'm
even twerking on the
sorry I
table.
failed you. Will you
Oh.
look into my Poe and accept our apology?
Mitwick.
Anyway,
It's sit
so
here on the floor. That's fine by me.
first things first, there are plenty of people around here. If you guys would like to attempt to talk with any of them about your potential jobs, you definitely can. Or if you guys would like to talk to Ragna or Booya about training, you definitely can. At this point, we will go to, since one of you have already gotten around somebody, we'll go to you, Hibiki, while the rest of you think on who you guys want to sit next to, who you guys want to talk to. Hibiki.
Like, to be clear, off-screen, Muna's just gonna be talking and chatting. She's not gonna bring it up during this time.
Hibiki.
Yeah.
You make your way over to Bosco, who seems to have a drink in front of him. He seems to have a bottle of sake and a small what appears to be dish for it. You have been in a world that would have sake. You would know how traditional like ways of people drinking it would be. Ragna seems to be very much in a similar boat. Obviously not from the same world as you, but they do have similar customs, it seems like, as they have small little dishes to drink them from. Bosco, however, has not poured himself another drink yet. He is just sort of like messing about with it, just sort of playing with the dish in front of him absentmindedly. So what is it? You were asking earlier about me going off and checking out the mall. I brought some things back.
That's good to hear.
It wasn't much of a trek out, but a few hours there, a few hours back. There were a couple of Heartless around, so I didn't stick around.
That's good. I know things have been rough lately, and I wanted to know if you'd be willing to help us with something.
What do you need?
We've recently gotten an airship working, and we're needing people to help man it.
Do I look like somebody who can pilot a ship? I'm sure you could if you put your mind to it.
We don't need specifically a pilot, we just need extra hands on board to help out. Whether that be with just repairs, going to and from the engine.
I'm sure we could do something like that.
Well, we still need one of you to stay here and man your shop, right?
Oh, I suppose so. Though, he like looks over. Bosco looks back at him. If there was a thing to do, then yeah, I'd rather not have to pack everything up that we just went and got as well. I'd rather not take all of our inventory onto a ship where we're not going to sell it, where basically we're off the ground, so anything can and will be used in an emergency. Bosco, we all have to pitch in. At the same time, I don't want to leave you by yourself and have you pitch in too much and lose all of our profits because of it. You'll probably have to find someone else.
What about you, Macho?
Well,
you seem to be good with woodworking.
As much as I would love to go somewhere, if I'm not going with him, I don't feel like there's any real reason for me to go. You don't have to be around me all the time, you know, Dad. At the moment, we're all we have right now, right? Not really. Don't listen to him. We had a bit of a talk last night.
I see.
Hibiki's like, what the fuck am I supposed
Then
to
you
do?
get to experience that family's actual breakdown in real time. Are you having fun? Yeah.
Hibiki's just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? I don't understand.
I don't know how to help here.
Fix the family bonds from one depressed boy to another. It's your time. Shine the light.
I don't know what to say here. This is far beyond my wheelhouse. I'm dealing with family stuff.
Currently, it looks like Bosco doesn't want to leave the father because the father is he's sure is going to lose profits if he does leave him alone, and he doesn't want to go up there with both of them because again, when it comes to property, from what you guys learned of last time, he's very adamant about not having any of their things taken from them in any emergency. He wants to be properly paid for him and his dad's efforts. That being said, Macho is perfectly fine to go as long as he's with his son, but doesn't seem to be too willing to part with him to go off on an airship.
What a tight situation.
The only of these things that seem to be something that could work is Bosco making his way onto the airship on his own. That being said, again, that is mostly he's not wanting to do that because he's sure that his dad is going to start giving out freebies to you guys.
And we really don't want that.
I know.
So-
Bosco, it's not just you guys that he's worried about.
We are more moral than most, apparently, I guess.
Well, in desperate situations, you know, carpenters, a handyman, very much in demand. But if you guys can't think of anything to say at this point, Hibiki, you guys can always make your way back to him.
You can always tuck us in.
We can move over to another person while you're thinking on things as well.
Yeah. Move on to another person while I think, because I might just be drawing a blank here.
If Muna's not going to bring things up here, then we're going to go to Zarel or Gilgamesh. You guys want to go anywhere in particular?
I was standing here.
Oh,
You were also given food over here.
Yeah, I said, "Oh, give me those while I go over here," and that's what happened.
Okay, let's move these guys out of the way then. Get on the seat. Anyway.
Holy shit.
it's very funny just eating things. The power tabletop.
Going to Zarel or Gilgamesh. Do you guys have anyone in here you'd like to talk to?
I mean, at this point, we're just trying to get people around. So, well, at least on this table, I can see we can drum up. I'm just gonna move my token, so that makes yes.
Okay, there.
You make your way over toward this table. As you do find that whenever you get to the table itself, there is a look up from Seath.
Flamio! Hello, Seath. Looking quite blue today. Making noises as per usual. I understand. I don't understand you like Gilgamesh does, but
You just see Assas. He's just playing his string lute as everybody is chilling out. You look over toward where Kasha is, who again you guys may or may not have gotten an information on them the day before.
We do have something to talk about. That is true. Yeah.
They seem to mostly just be counting some gems and jewels and money that they seem to have collected. And across from the other side, you see Scout, who mostly at this point is looking over at Seath and sort of like has been since you guys entered, slowly like scooting themselves over toward where Seath is.
She wants to pet it, doesn't she?
Understand it's a primal urge we all have.
But as you sit down, Scout looks over at you. They give a bit of a wave as they somewhat get away now that attention has been drawn and Seath has like looked up, and Kasha looks over towards you. Hey, welcome.
Flamio!
You're not eating anything?
Oh, I myself, I think I'm good. I did not know I was going to feel weird being in the sky for a bit.
Hmm.
Before we continue anything, I need to clarify everybody else. Do we remember what exactly she stole that we're gonna give her shit about later?
They
some
apparently
extremely-
stole
Die
some. They apparently
hard.
stole something from the manor you guys were wanting to go into.
There you go. That's what that's the
Something
thing
she's-
that I wanted to know.
And
She stole something so valuable she had a fucking wanted dead poster out.
Yep,
for
and
it.
the
Everyone's
reason
wanted dead
Jiren
here.
the reason Jiren was away from his post enough to be in the Peace Takers area at the beginning of the attack was because he was out looking for her to find her dead or alive. Apparently,
That's it. That's all I wanted to know down. We've currently made this. We've gotten this ship to work. It's a big old flying. It's like a boat, but in the sky.
Oh yeah, you have an airship?
It's like a lamer boat.
Oh, it's like a boat, like not like a blimp. I've mostly seen blimps.
Oh no, it's not like a blimp. It's imagine a boat, but if it was taken away from where it's supposed to be.
Wow.
It's magical and it upsets me a little at the same time. Whenever I look over, I imagine that it could be water and it's never water.
Have you guys gone down and spoken with that goddess lately?
We haven't been. We've heard a little, actually.
The one in the statue?
We're gonna have to narrow it down, actually. Let's make. Which one?
The one that doesn't like being praised or given things or anything like that, and it's very
That's a different one. 'Cause
Cinderella.
we also had a statue for Cognazo. That's like Canaccio, sorry. And that one, like, we need to narrow that shit down. That's two.
Was there a statue for Cognacio?
I believe
don't
that
think
we
it's-
found it. It was like at least in the sea area when we went there. It was around the area that everything was coalescing. I don't know if it was literally a statue for that one, but it was something that they were. It's not important. Whatever. We haven't recently gone down there. Why do you ask?
I was just wondering.
she shows the small little things of gold nuggets that she has in front of her.
I've been noticing these a lot more lately on those bug guys.
They've been dropping these.
Yeah. Again, I can't really kill them like you guys can, but I can disperse them a bit whenever I go and fight them. And sometimes they drop these things, and it reminds me of that area down there. It makes me wonder if they have been taking gold from there, or maybe if they've been doing something down there.
Maybe. I know there's something in that area that we need to get to. And speaking of that further, we still haven't found the that we're missing their heart. We still have not found that anywhere. Sign of it for that. So there's no sign or hair. It's a statue, so there's no hair, but you get the point.
I wonder if it's a physical thing, or if it's like, I don't know, like they're like a big old gold statue or whatever, right? Is it like just gold, or like is it like a jewel, or is it like a concept, or like?
Well, I figured because the statue was real, then they would also be a real thing, because it was supposed to be in their hands, I believe.
That's true.
The statue. So it would have to be
So
like a
it isn't like
thing.
it isn't like the friends we made along the way or anything.
I don't think that would help. I think that would be the opposite of what
What
we're
if you
looking
took
for.
one of your friends' hearts?
I don't believe I want to do that. I like their hearts beating and inside their bodies. You understand the joke. I will accept it.
Unfortunately, I don't really understand what they're missing. I've not really found any heart-shaped things out there. Mostly just some things I pulled off of those little bug guys.
I've heard you found other things.
Hmm?
Do you remember perhaps being in a manor at some point?
Never.
Never in your life?
Never in my life have I been in a manor. Why?
Squints. Muna's like literally like a corner behind. It's like Muna.
3 gold chunks.
Oh, sorry.
4 gold chunks.
Can you check this for me? I feel like my first instinct is to believe this, but I'm not sure why I feel like I shouldn't.
Oh yeah, hold on a second. And then, I swear to God, Azrael, you can vouch for me. Hold on. Hibiki got back up. It was the coolest goddamn thing. Okay, what am I looking at?
Can you say
Wow.
what you said again, but slowly? Wow.
No, remember when we were in that fight? Like, Hibiki just got back up, and it was
Hibiki was very impressive.
yeah, see, yeah,
Thank
this is
you.
what I
I'm
was
trying to get the reaction from Zuzuru. I don't think it's gonna help you.
And you went
No, I'm not.
to space. They're still very far back in the conversation.
Yeah, we were
She's
in.
floating. She's floating.
We were
dude.
in space, and it's not about the reactions,
Muna,
Arel.
Muna,
It's a
Muna,
story.
Muna.
Okay, yeah,
Muna.
yeah.
Are you done?
Oh, I should probably check. You have something.
Can you say that you've never been in a manor again, but very slowly and carefully?
I've never been in a manor in my whole life.
Not a lie.
It is called sarcasm.
Huh?
Why are you being sarcastic to my friend here, huh?
I'm not being sarcastic.
You're not being sarcastic now. He is a good little boy who doesn't need to know about
I'm
sarcasm.
just saying that because
You're
we
being
heard
really
otherwise.
aggressive, Muna. I don't like
or
it.
We can, or we can assume
Oh,
otherwise.
sorry about that. But
Apparently you're
you
wanted
have to
dead
be
or
nice.
alive.
I don't. That doesn't sound like me.
Who is the wanted dead or alive here? Who else has bounties? Raise your hand. Oh, that's a lot less hands. I'm putting mine down.
When you
Oh,
say that aloud,
apparently.
Rosa, because technically, technically, Siphius.
Is this Fias even
That is
listening?
true.
Looking around, nobody also puts his hand up because other people are.
Nobody brings out their hand. They're just like, "Ee, I'm me. I'm here."
Wiggling it.
But no, that's it.
But yeah, don't be sarcastic to him. He'll take it.
I'm not
He's
being
strong.
sarcastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Come on.
Haven't been.
I've
to
never
a
been
manor,
sarcastic to you
no-
at all today.
You're doing it again. Come on.
I'm not.
If you can put in your conscience that you could be sarcastic to these
I don't think you know what
eyes-
sarcasm
I'm
is.
just saying, I'm just saying, like, I feel like I'm lost in this conversation now. Hypothetically,
And there
if
was
you had been,
people in suits.
Right. Yes, and they were very powerful.
Muna, you can go back to your conversation. You seem to be able to catch up. You seem to. Thank
But
you.
did you get all that, by the way, Rosa, or do I have to repeat to you when I go over there?
What?
Okay, I'll get back to you. Anyway, so after Hibiki gets back up,
Yeah, this is they've definitely been eating the sake ramen. It really sucks. Takes another bowl of it.
Oh my
terrible.
god.
But yeah, I'm not being sarcastic.
I'm just saying.
And besides, I already
hypothetically.
sort of told you guys that, you know, there's parts about me that I don't relatively show things off. They sort of bring their hand up to the little almost drill-like areas in their hair.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not because of, you know, I'm sure it's not as crazy as that.
I don't mean to be accusatory. This is actually something that's interesting to us. If you hypothetically had done it, in the realm where you might have, that area is supposed to, you cannot just enter, you see. If you go in there, it's the word. You have authority over whether or not you breathe.
Let's say that I've been in a place like that before.
Hypothetically.
What is it you want to know about it?
if you had been in a place like that, what would have been there valuable that would have hypothetically been taken?
I don't know what you're talking
And in theory, if you were to plan how to do it, this fake scenario we are inventing together.
Also, they are being completely correct on the fact that you are wanted, dead or alive. Shush.
You have someone who was looking for you that are alive.
Again, I'm sure it's not that bad.
They did specify that dead was allowed.
Mm.
I am trying to skirt around it for the sake of your energy, but I do believe it is important to talk about.
They seem to, for a second, just kind of try their best to figure out something when you just hear from over at the bar over here, "My God, they already know. Say something." Also, you're right. They weren't being sarcastic. They were just lying.
Thank you.
But they're very similar.
If I were to have taken, if something were to have been taken that they want to say is valuable, unfortunately, I don't got it anymore.
But what sort of item would have been?
They look over to you, Zarel. Roll me for your demeanor, please.
I am a little special boy. I'm gonna attempt my best.
Our special little boy.
They seem very hesitant about talking about this.
Understandably.
Because, you know, dead or alive.
Dead or alive. 18.
Roll me one more time because you have a fleeting.
I'll roll one more time. Come on, look at these little big boy fight fish eyes. I can give you a 19 total.
I can tell you how I got in. And I don't know what I took.
Oh, that's still good to know.
I mean, it was like a rock, sorta. It was like a rock, but like a sharp rock, you know?
Sharp rock.
Yeah, they told me to go and get it for them and that it would be worth my while, but I did it the night that everything went down.
As they seem to look over in your direction, a look of sort of just kind of apprehension on their face for a second before they take a drink of their sake.
If
Oh,
you're
that's way
drunk
too much.
enough, it doesn't matter.
That's way too much. That one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I am. Kind of, right?
Well, I understand a little.
I'm...
They look over toward where around the people around the area. You see that out of everyone here, they do seem to, for a second, eyes go on Asas, eyes go on Scout, or not Scout, Survey, and eyes go on like Bosco. I'm gonna have them roll to see just how willing they are to speak while certain people are around.
Yeah.
I'll roll your dice. 2. Okay. Plus there.
willpower. Okay. They bring their hands up to their hair and then they bloop,
Yeah.
unravel their little spikies. Nobody says anything. It's like nobody cares.
Mom, Dad, I'm gay. Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, we know.
I'm kind of like special. I was born with like sort of psychic like powers a bit. And because of that, a lot of people called me a demon for a while back on my world. And I think I was a bit.
Then you were actually, or you just kept saying it?
I was in a facility, and whenever I was there, I would sometimes black out. And when I blacked out, people weren't around anymore.
I understand.
And well, eventually, I blacked out, and I woke up here on Cherish. So I don't
you were
know.
there one moment and I don't know, bro.
I don't know exactly what happened to my home. I don't know if somehow I escaped it, or if, like what a bunch of you guys were talking about, maybe the Heartless came and took it, or if I brought them there. I don't know, but because of my problems, this world felt better for me. Even though on my old world, I felt like something was always taking hold, or something was always sort of suppressed, or something was always angry, I felt calmer here.
I've heard this place does have that kind of energy to it. Magics that would have that sort of effect are duller, as it were.
And well, ever since coming here, maybe because of what happened back on my world, or maybe because of my own abilities, or whatever have you, I'm sort of immune to things like that.
Oh, that's how you would have gotten in, then.
The way that it was explained to me is that I am immune to any kind of magic that would have authority over me. I don't have to worry about anything taking hold of me ever again because of these motions to their little horns. If I were to lose them, maybe I wouldn't, but these here, whether they're actually connected or not, I don't know much on myself. They seem to have a lot of my psychic abilities in them, or maybe they're just manifestations of my psychic abilities, or I don't know. Whatever it means is that magics like that can't do anything to me. So I was told to go and take a thing for someone on that certain day, and whenever I did that, to bring that to a place and leave it. So I did. But the problem with it was that's whenever all those Heartless showed up. So it took me a while to find the place safely. It took me a little bit of time to get over through there. And, well, I probably shouldn't have did
When
what
you
I did.
stopped having it? When you stopped having it?
When I took the thing where it was supposed to go, I took it to that museum.
Right.
And that thing started glowing in like a bunch of light, and it pushed away all those heartless things, but it also seemed to, well, knock some of the people I was with unconscious.
Was that powerful?
I don't know. Whenever it happened, a heartless got me. I looked up and I
Got
saw
you?
that. I looked up and I saw that big creature. The one that stepped over the world. Whenever that light thing went off, it started to notice me. And whenever it saw me, that was the first time since I've been on Cherished that I blacked out. I don't know what happened to everybody else who was with me. Whenever I woke up, I was in that underground area. It was a few days later, and that's around the time when I met you guys.
That's...
I tried to
I
play
can
it off as best I
understand how-
could because I didn't want to freak anyone out, you know?
yeah, understandable, right? It's a little bit of a heavy first step. It's good to know now, at least I believe.
Well,
I would like to point out, she said that she saw the Heartless stepping over the world. Does that mean that she saw the impossibly gigantic
Yeah,
she's
version of the
talking
dark
she's
side?
talking about the chaos side, yes.
Yeah.
She is
she's
talking
talking about that
specifically about the
big one.
chaos side.
That thing apparently, whenever she set off that like thing of light that she stole from that manor, looked down at her, and whenever their eyes met, that was the first time she apparently passed out since coming to Cherish.
Mm.
And
It's
again,
crazy.
her passing out meaning probably her innate abilities activating. There's one more thing.
Go ahead. We're not, like, bothering you or anything.
Well, now that I'm saying it, I do want to make sure that you understand why I was looking for certain things. One of the ones that was with me that got knocked out was that one everybody was trying to figure out. That one, Cherish. The Lost.
Oh.
Whenever I brought that thing to the museum, they were there. Them and a couple of other people holed up inside trying to defend themselves against those bugs, the Heartless. And whenever that thing went off, the Lost and all of the others who were there with me were the ones that passed out. But I didn't see an egg or anything after, so I don't think I did anything to him.
If you didn't see an egg, then I believe they should be fine. We have to at least believe that they're fine. Thank you for telling me, though. I know that must have been hard.
One more thing. If you're really looking for that kind of thing, I would probably not look into it any further. The one who asked me to do it was a little dangerous.
a little dangerous. Did they have a lot of power over you, or
Well,
physical way, I suppose, not literally?
well, they tried.
She like puts her hand behind her head.
Yeah.
They tried to. I work with dangerous people.
I understand.
I might
but-
not have had the best job, here after coming up here. I might have, had a reputation for going around and taking things a little.
We all do what we have to do, all right? No judgment from me on that part.
I probably should have left as soon as they tried to use any kind of magic to take me over.
Probably.
But one of them tried to, they said that they were gonna.
She like brings like a finger around her neck in like a slicing motion.
Oh,
They said they were gonna kill me with the magic they had if I didn't do what they said, but it didn't work on me. At which point I said, haha. That's whenever they told me that my magic was off, that I was definitely the person for the job. But the other person with them, they were a bit more dangerous. The one that tried to control me couldn't. But whenever they told me about what could happen inside of the place, they said that there was a person in there who could basically tell me that I couldn't breathe and I would have to do it. But then he made it to where that happened. I felt like I couldn't breathe.
that's
Not because I wasn't allowed, like they said that I wouldn't be able to. It just almost felt like there wasn't anything to breathe around me.
you simply removed the air. It wasn't a command, it was a physical thing.
Mm-hmm. Those two are dangerous, but they paid well. They paid everything up front as well. I thought about just not doing it and running off, but whenever I saw what he could do, I felt like it would probably be better if I at least completed it before never ever contacting them again.
There's a lot of scary people in this world, isn't it?
Do you
Feels
happen to
like-
have any idea anything else on them? Assas talking for the first time, not about fucking the Dreamer's Traverse.
Yeah, there was one other pretty important thing.
The defining features or
I couldn't really get a feature on them. They sort of just were wearing these cloaks. But after they did what they did, left my money, and kind of just told me what I had to do, they disappeared into like these darkness things, like these doors that just appeared for them.
the darkness door.
Like
the
a
door.
like a tear or a circle or something appeared near them, and they just walked right through. And then they disappeared.
That's interesting. And worrisome.
Again, that's one reason why I decided I probably should just do what they said and then get the hell out. I'm still been looking for the lost. I don't want to stop looking for them, since it's probably my fault that they're in whatever situation they're in. I haven't found anything, though.
Oh. If you want to be moving around place to place, we were going to ask. We have it's in the ship if you're willing to man it.
Are you sure me being on a place like that that's so crowded is a good idea? What if I black out again?
Mentioned to you before, at least in the conversation, that you have to believe that it will work out, right? Can't say I understand a lot of things about this world. I understand very little. I've come to learn. I have at least come to understand that there is something that is of actual power here. Of a power that I can understand. It is the power of bonds. And simply believed you would do such a thing. Trust you.
You explain the different roles that were asked. As you do, she looks over at you. I could probably help with the ropes. I've never done it before, but she motions over toward the 4 pieces of gold on the table as you start to see them beginning to levitate around her. As they
That would
do,
pretty quickly for it. Oh,
as they do, in particular Gilgamesh,
Gaily boy, come look at your magnet.
you would look over toward them and you would see that there is some kind of force that seems to be holding those pieces of metal that they're seemingly swinging around them. It is not, they're not levitating them with magic. It's almost as if something invisible is holding them and moving them.
So it's not like my old. It's different.
It seems to be that almost like something is exerting something onto them. Again, it almost looks as if there is a force like under and around them, like an invisible hand or arm is lifting them and moving them about. You would know yourself that is potentially a type of magic that you might have been able to do whenever you were back on your world. That being said, it would look a lot different. It looks a lot more physical here. But potentially that also means that maybe they have some way of performing a similar type of spell, or at least giving some pointers or options on maybe learning a different type of spell that way.
It's the closest thing I'm gonna get to my old magic, so...
You would also look over and you would see that Maki is looking over at that direction as well, seeing it.
You see the look of fascination on his face, just him watching the object spin around. He's just focused on that.
You would see that she would extend these things or whatever it is up to the very tip top of the roof or of the ceiling, showing that she could probably mess about with ropes if need be. Moving them pretty high up and around if need to cover sails or anything like that.
Then that would do it.
Then sure, if it'll let me look around further for the lost. And it would get me away from the people who are apparently trying to kill me.
Would definitely move you away from all of them. I think we convinced Jiren to not do it anymore.
It's like, technically it would take you toward the guy who wants to kill you, but I don't think he wants to now.
Yeah, I think he is over it now.
She nods. At this point, she seems to give off a sigh. You notice that it looks very much like she had been holding on to whatever that was for quite a while. You guys actually,
that's pretty rough.
You guys actually rolled a bit for that in the beginning of this when you first found her, and she was very, very good at lying to you guys.
Yeah.
Me when I lie.
She's like, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just actually lying.
I'm just outright lying to your fucking dumb
like,
face.
I know you're lying. Zarel would have more trouble. Muna, help. Muna's not helping. Oh, fuck.
Muna's getting drunk off noodles.
Well, I consider lying and sarcasm very similar, okay? This ramen is terrible.
Jesus Christ.
But You guys have one of 4 people potentially ready to join the area. Not only that, you now note that they stole some kind of a stone, some kind of a stone that let out a bright light that apparently was able to disperse the darkness around them. When they described said stone, it was apparently rather large. That being said, I would like for each of you who would have been listening, which would have been basically everybody would have been within some kind of a range of hearing. I'll let Zarel roll me with advantage. I want all of you to roll me your experience, please.
It's just about the big rock that's been ripped out of the ship.
It does seem to, now that you're done, don't worry about rolling anymore. It does seem to very much seem to be that.
Cool.
I like it when the roll just happens in my mouth.
What I use experience for is to remind you guys of things you guys have seen in the game. The fact that it was a great amount of light magic also very much points in the fact of probably was connected to the fact the ship.
It seemed pretty powerful, yeah.
Yeah, the ship apparently can use large blasts of light magic. Only it can't right now.
My theory was just simply, well, we know it was there, and we know it's a gigantic magic rock, and we know that yes, if they took the rock that they were hoarding, they would absolutely be pissed as fuck.
It is also apparently no longer in their possession.
GG's. Got beat by the guys in scary black capes.
Man, it sure is very convenient that she went to a place where the lost was, and now he's lost.
It sure was convenient that somebody told her to go to a place in particular.
Hey, can you please bring this bomb to the Pentagon?
Hit the Pentagon!
Gilgamesh.
Yes.
Now that we are beyond that point, now that we have had that go down, Zarel, you sit there, you explain the task to them that they could potentially do. Gilgamesh, who here are you going to try to speak to? You can try to help Hibiki with Bosco. You can try to talk to one of the other Cherished that are here that just seem to be hanging out. You can try to speak with any of the others about who potentially could be usable for the ship, or you could go and speak to Ragna about the thing we wanted to talk to you about.
There's so many people here. It's just.
Yep.
I've been trying to think. I'm listening and also decide, so I spend a lot. But
that's why I wanted to tell you guys to figure it out before we got damn playing.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Anyway, currently, with all this shit that's been going down, Gilgamesh isn't sure who to even. Or how to even go about the recruitment process. You don't have to. You can just sit and eat if you like. Yeah, it's more. He probably will want to talk to Ragna first because he has something apparently critically important to talk about.
We can do that. You would make your way over toward where Ragna and Booya are. You would find that Booya at this point would be making their way into the areas to kind of check things out. Again, the idea that Ragna and her can still teach you guys things now, coming kind of fresh. You make your way over toward where Ragna is, who, again, he seems to be a lot more chilled. He seems to be a lot more comfortable now that he's no longer taking orders from people. As you make your way over to him. Gilgamesh, long time no see. Have you still been practicing?
More or less. It's been chaotic.
You take me as one that's diligent about your training, so I understand that it may take a bit of time out of your day to practice the movements, but it is important.
Right. I will attempt to be more. What's the word?
It is mostly important for you since you are still getting used to that body. From what I hear, you were not lying whenever you said that you were a dragon.
I've never once lied since I've been here.
At first, I was worried that you were just insane. You don't look like any dragon I've ever seen. That being said, I have only seen one.
I doubt I looked like that one either.
He looks to you, maybe grow to the size of that creature that attacked us that night, and maybe?
No, I wasn't that large.
We called the one that I spoke to the Eternal Dragon. They are an immortal being that either rests at the core of the world or rests inside of these artifacts from my world. One or the other is how that went. That being said, my world no longer exists. I understand this more than a lot. We have been wiped out potentially by the darkness or potentially by some of the other threats that happen in our world, maybe even by ourselves for all I know. But I wanted to speak to you about something I may or may not have found recently.
We mentioned something about something.
Well, I wanted to ask what you thought of it. I wanted to know if you were a similar dragon as the one of my world. Are you... Have you ever been connected with objects before? Things that could be used to bring you forth or summon you?
That doesn't sound like anything from
Nope.
Fairytale. As far as I can recall, neither I nor my brothers have ever had any kind of magic like that exist.
Perhaps it's
You're
unique to mine. The dragon in my world, apparently, according to the legends, was made by my world's guardian. Maybe the first guardian, maybe one that came after, or perhaps they just made a visage of it in its showing from long off. I do not know. I later learned that they are something known as a Namekian. A people that had a connection with far lost and ancient magics, more than most would see in the universe. But either way, in my world, the Guardian had made this eternal dragon, again, either far before or shortly after man had done much in that world. I myself was also an off-worlder to that world, although that world accepted me. One of my friends, actually, made this. I found it just recently. He brings out what appears to be a small disc-like object. As he does, you see something similar to a PET in his hand.
That looks like Punch's device. Is this another PET?
I do not know what a PET is. We called this a dragon radar. It is supposed to show us where the Dragon Balls reside. The things to summon the Eternal Dragon.
Device to find those magic artifacts.
But when I found this, it showed me something else. You see him click it. As it does, several things begin to beep over top of the dragon radar. As you see, several beeps coming from exactly center where this thing is.
What? I'm not sure how to interpret these symbols.
Dragon Raider has been found. Dragon is spotted.
It means that right in front of me are two signatures of a dragon. Or at least what a Dragon Ball would be. He points to
I
you.
told you.
You are one of the signatures I see here.
Hmm.
The other, he points over toward where Seath is.
That makes sense. Seath and I are draconic in nature. Though I don't know how to feel about this device being able to discern this.
I don't know exactly what it is. There weren't more dragons in my world, so this thing usually didn't show them. But my friend is smart. They knew that something like this would happen, and since we are trying to find several of these artifacts, he seems to click it again. As he does, a small little, the two signatures seem to almost coalesce into one, as you see a tiny single dot with a number 2 on the side of it. If I click it like this, it takes you off. Because you're in my vicinity and I clicked it, I no longer hear it whenever you're around. It's handy to have, especially since I can't look at it without it beeping a ton whenever Cease around.
Mm.
But that's where the problem comes in, Gilgamesh.
Mm.
I walked the entirety of this area. I walked every single limits of where the light would allow me to inside this place, and I got nothing. Yet as soon as I stepped out from the light, I found a signature. Obviously, one of them is to the south at that storm.
Yes.
I'm pretty
But
sure
it's
that's
your
not a...
artifact.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's not a thing for you. It's not a surprise.
I know what that sword is.
I then saw another one a little bit further down into the ocean, a little bit closer to mainland. And finally, I saw one just on the other side of those mountains. Not in the ocean. I don't know if that's another dragon. I don't know what exactly it's pointing me to. But if any of these things are the artifacts from my world, perhaps you can figure out something to do with it.
Want me to collect your artifacts?
No. I don't believe, from what I can see, that there are enough. There are usually 7 of these orbs that we call Dragon Balls. I don't see enough of them. I don't think all of them are here, if any. If they are, then they're being hidden from me. Maybe someone took them, or maybe someone is trying to get the Eternal Dragon's favor. But I would like you to visit each of these places. I'd like you to click, just as I just did on the Dragon Radar. Once you find out exactly what they are, and whatever's left over, perhaps they are the artifacts from my world. Because Gilgamesh, I will tell you one thing about my Eternal Dragon. Those who gather the Dragon Balls, or those who gain favor from the Eternal Dragon, are given any wish they desire.
I've heard such promises from another dragon.
I've used it. The Dragon Balls. I've used them twice now. I can vouch for their authenticity. I know that I did not believe you earlier when you told me you were a dragon, but I ask that you believe me. And at that point, you should know more than anyone here. He hands the radar over to you. Why it's crucial that these Heartless, or whoever has brought them to this world, do not find him.
Right.
The Eternal
takes it.
Dragon may not be as powerful as it was on my world if we can't find all of its orbs. But if any fall into the wrong hands, I worry.
They will not. Any wish.
Anything. My master once told me it was granting those to people who were pure of heart. But I've seen a wish be used by someone of less purity than that, so I think that that's mostly a story.
If he only said pure and not what kind of purity, it is potentially true.
That being said, the last thing I warn you is I believe that this may have been something that those were after. He points over toward where nobody is.
We still don't know what they really do want or who they listen to.
I found this in his possession. He had been waiting here. He had been clicking at it, and I heard a familiar sound coming from it. He was looking at it and looking over at Seath. After I asked for it, he handed it over to me. I don't know if it's something that it was told to find or if it just collected it on its own. But, yeah.
Noted. I will find these artifacts, wherever they are.
Even if you just find one, perhaps a dragon like yourself could speak to the eternal dragon. Oh, you should probably know its name. The way we summoned it, we would always ask for its aid. Eternal dragon, please come to our aid and grant our wish, peas and carrots.
An interesting summoning.
We don't know why the last words are there. Maybe it meant something else in the Namekian language.
I'll make note of this.
His name is Shenron.
Shenron. No, that a name I'm familiar with. So, in my world, dragon names were more on the nose, I suppose, is the right phrase.
Again, probably something in the Namekian language.
Potentially. Maybe it means something to them, whatever their language was. Like I said, we were far more straightforward.
I trust that when you obtain the artifact, if you do end up being able to make a wish of your own, you've all gained my trust. If anyone uses it other than myself, I would like it to be your party. If you don't need it, if possible, I'd like it returned to me. But something tells me you're going to need it if you find it.
And we'll keep it safe. We all will. Anything. Truly anything.
One wish brought my friend back to life.
And he was fine.
Perfectly fine. He
Yeah.
got brought back in full health. As if nothing ever happened to him.
Even Mateus couldn't pull that off.
Oh, my bad. Looking at Ragna's thing. She was brought back to me, completely unharmed. As if nothing had happened to her.
I see. Well, my brother could never... He was never perfect. If nothing else, I need to sate my curiosity for this Shenron. What would you wish for, Ragnar?
Perhaps an addition to my radar. I might ask Shenron to show me where my friends are. My wish on Shenron should still be active. She should still be okay. I don't think that just because my world would fall that I would be the one to be saved and not her. Since I wish to Shenron for them to be okay, I know that she is. She is somewhere on this world, just like I am, I know it.
Only one wish. It's that.
That's all I could ever want. If I could find my friends, then that's all I would ever want. It's been lonely being here by myself.
It seems crowded to me.
It's nice having everyone show themselves here. I should have opened this place sooner. But without my best friend, this place is as empty as any grave. Or any graveyard I would see. Without my best friend, this place might as well be isolation. I'm sure you understand. You talk of your brothers a lot.
I do. You would like them, I think. They're far more eccentric than I.
Ha. I should probably tell you one final thing, so that you do not lose hope. As I said, I've used these multiple times. Once you make a wish, they can be used again. You just have to find the balls again after a certain amount of time has passed. Who knows? Maybe on a world like this that's so rife with magic, maybe it would be very much shorter than the year's time it took for mine.
A year is but an eye blink. But now I have limited wishes for anything.
I've not seen a wish that he wouldn't grant. I've not heard of a wish that he wouldn't grant. You could take over the universe with such a power. If you found all of them. And if you could convince Shenron to go against the wills of those stronger than they.
Well, only fools wish to rule the universe or rule an entire world.
That's what I told him. But he wouldn't get it.
The hopeless usually don't.
It's okay. He was long gone before my world fell. Thank you, Gilgamesh.
Don't thank me yet. I have not found any of them.
I know the type of resolve that I see in your eye.
Ragnar, if you could go back home, would you?
He looks around. Of course, I feel for the people who are on my world. But my master always taught me that things happen for reasons. I think I would not. The only way that I would go back home is if they were there. This is where
This is where I'm supposed to be for now. I came to this world to train you, I believe.
He's kind of thumbs over the dragon radar and just looks over towards Maki for a second, and then back to Ragnar. I think there's a reason for all this too. Though I don't know what, and I don't know who's to blame for it yet. Yeah, regardless. You will not need to wait long. I assure you of that. We are competent in what we did. More than any others, anyway. That being said, we are looking for training. At least I am.
If you want more training of the ways of my world, if you find a female monk out there, I'm sure she can help you. As I said, I know that she's still there. Whether she woke up at the same time I did is the problem. Perhaps she's still lost in the darkness like I was, yet to show up in this place until after this place is saved, or perhaps she's just somewhere different. I've kept a low profile. Maybe that was a bad thing. If you find her, she knows a lot about techniques that I don't. We were trained by the same master, but I had a lot of power to be able to skip a lot of steps. They know way more of the fundamentals and the techniques than I do.
Reminds me of my brother, Zonde. There was no creature in the world better skilled in magic. Even with my power, my brute force, I could never outclass him. Though he couldn't stop me to save his life if I got the drop.
Yeah, that seems very similar.
Anyway. I'll keep up with the training. I'll practice that technique.
I've been told from Booya that you guys might have the ability to finally understand how to fly.
I've always understood. It's just this body won't listen.
Apparently you're at the stage now where she believes that you could do so. We both have different understandings of flight. I think that flight is achieved through using of your own, I guess, effort. The training that you would put out of yourself in your own exertions. She seems to think it's magic. Perhaps it's the same thing. I could help with it. If any of you need, I could teach you to fly.
Just leap into the air like her and fly around. I wish to have this. I'm sure the others would only benefit too. Whenever they're done recruiting, that is.
It would take a long time of training to fully grasp it, but at the very least, I can teach you their kind of flight, the one that Booya uses. I've attempted to try to teach her my own, but she seems to be very adamant about her ways.
That's to be expected.
A lot of you are very stubborn, yes.
I I suppose.
Until next time, Gilgamesh. I'll be training. You all know where to find me.
I expected nothing less.
He waves, makes his way off into one of the training areas as well. As he does.
Just looks at the dragon radar again, clicks it off, puts it away. Damn it.
With one full circle around here, we still have other things to talk about with some people here. However, with the one full circle going around at the time being, we are also shown, just as Bosco had said, Mako makes his way around and begins to show off everybody the new wares that they had attained. As he shows things off, he lets you all know that if you would like, you guys could attempt to get certain things from them. They have new potions that you would mostly only have usually gotten from Everyman's. He seems to very much have several healing potions and things that are at a considerably lower price than Everyman's ones, as well as the different bombs that are often about. Actually having the correct prices at this point than Everyman's prices, since he was the only one selling them.
Yes, keep burying him.
They also show the things that you guys were asking about entirely. There are new areas where they have different leathers and different cloaks and different things of clothing you guys can attempt to gain. In particular, he did show off that there was a rather nice trunk full of fashionable costumes that they were able to pull back from the area as well, if anybody ever had the need of looking through them. Other than that,
That's not me.
Women be shopping. Let's go.
that being said, because we are at 11 p.m. and we did start a little bit late, sorry about that.
Oops.
But at the same time, we don't want to go too late.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we are going to end things off there for the night. We will come back to the next potential round robin of things talking here and potentially talking about some other things. But I do want to end things off with a little bit of shopping being done. As a little bit of shoppings were being done, Muna, in their drunken want for many things to have going around and happen,
And then Zorro turned himself into a dolphin. Funniest shit I've seen.
Never seen.
we have new
Anyway,
Muna
I'm
art.
gonna get some pants.
Muna is now fashionable.
We got pants.
Fashion. Stealing my color over here. What the fuck?
We got Muna pants.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I just gotta steal someone else's color. And
Yeah,
then
you
we
just
go in the
gotta be
circle.
pink.
Yeah, put on your pink
I mean,
outfit except for the
honestly-
pink polo.
I mean, honestly, going like a purple for like the flower thing you got going on would be fun.
That would be very
I
nice.
think you could get like a really soulful pretty boy type if you get yourself into like a purple outfit. If we can make it work.
Maybe you know what? You could wear my old outfit.
No.
But no. With that being said, with Muna obtaining their new outfit, potentially others getting some later on if we decide that we have the money for doing that.
If we have dollars.
If we have fun dollars for fun things. We are going to end things off here for the night. Have any questions? And until next time, like always, later days.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye.